Sunday, June 28, 9:43 p.m. Went out and did a mile and a half on the track, jog, walk, climbed stair, bleachers, a little workout, good sweat. People at the pool, somebody was saying something, and I said, I got an idea. Let's everybody out here by the pool. Let's get a little pot going at 100, make $100 pot between all of us. Whoever the oldest person at the pool is wins the pot. Of course, I was anticipating I would be the oldest one there. And then somebody says something to a bald looking guy, you'd win the pot. And then he says, I don't think so. I think the guy over there in the chair is just trying to make a quick $100. I started laughing. I said, well, I'm only 34 till 100. And then there was a girl on my side of the pool sitting there with a big sun hat on, looked close to my age. I don't know how, and I looked at her and I said, you want in on the deal here? She just kind of started laughing and said, he's better. I don't know what she meant by that. I was just kind of like cooling off after the jog. And of course, last night I went to Park Place, put on my Purdue shirt. Saturday night Purdue. Friday night I wore my red, white, and blue Saturday night Purdue shirt. First I went over to Park Place for the Free Music Suburbans band. They're good. Been around for a while. The girl in the band, singer, is friendly. Seen her. She's always nice and friendly. And her husband was playing a different band Friday night. What was that? Take Party After Party. They were good. And then I was sitting there and some people were yakking like, I don't know, they know who I am or something. One guy said, hey, I'm from Indiana. My wife's from West Lafayette. And I was kind of like, yeah, hey, go Purdue, yeah. They're in the soccer, I guess, for the soccer. And I was trying to find a place to buy something to drink, and most of the restaurants were shut down. It was the first time I've been to Park Place this summer. Most of the restaurants were all shut down over there. There's one big one, Thailand or something. It was open and full. The other ones I usually go into were shut down. So I thought, well, I'll go to the hotel over there and get something in the lobby bar. They got a lobby bar. You can get something in the hotel. So I got to go to the restroom. So I go over there, and the lobby's like on the second floor, and go to the restroom. The lobby's kind of empty. And go to the second floor, and toilets don't work or something. It says half of them, and I go in there, and the cooler, the hotel lobby cooler thing doesn't have very much stuff in it. It's almost empty. And I grab a Gatorade, and I go with the guy sitting there at the front desk, and I said, here, I'll pay you here. And he types on his computer, and he said, you're good. I was like, okay. I didn't argue with him. I just took it, I figure I'm a Purdue celebrity. I got my Purdue shirt on, so I'm a celebrity. You want celebrities around here because I get people parking their fancy cars out here, Corvettes and whatever. Some of these places they just park fancy cars, convertibles out there to make it look cool. I'm going to argue with the guy. I've had enough people steal shit from me and fuck me over, so whatever. I'll just okay. I go back, listen to music, and I went over to Serve. That band was playing. I guess they're a rap band. The white guys singing, doing rap music. I guess I don't know. Their rap music it's danceable and everything. It was pretty full over there. I left. I didn't stay. I was there for 20, 30 minutes. A few familiar faces. One guy who's always out, his wife was gone. I said something to him Friday night at Barley's, and he was like, called me a twerp or something, or I don't know. He's bigger. He's taller than me. And then one of the girls who always hangs out with him called me a shrimp or something. It's like, okay, whatever. I don't fucking care. Half the time they're acting nice or anything. Half the time they're acting like, okay, well, I really don't give a shit. And two guys in there at Barley's. One guy's gray hair. He's always like Hey man, what's going on? Yeah, hey. And he was with another younger guy who's taller than him. Was like, hey, why don't you say hi to me or something? It's like, hey, how you doing? I don't know. So then the younger taller guy says he announces bingo on Saturday nights at the lake or something. I said, oh wow. And then the shorter guy, gray haired guy, they walk out with the taller guy following the shorter gray haired guy. Like they're, oh, shorter guy, the guys are taller than me. They think I want to follow them just because they're taller. Well, that's in some situation, I mean, I would just, so, messing with people. I mess, see them there all the time. Just, kind of like, hey, how you doing? Joking around with them. Oh yeah, because I said, well, if your wife's out of town, you better don't do anything to make her mad. It's like my wife's gone. I'm out to screw around. It's like I don't know, whatever. It's like these girls sitting there when I walked in there, like red, white, and blue. They're in the Mexican bar patio. They start saying stuff to me, and one of them said, it's like I was talking to him, telling him I've never seen them looking so beautiful as they look tonight. And the girls, I said, but they said, we're moms. Oh, it's mom's night out? Well, don't do anything tonight you don't want your children to know about. And one of the girls said, she is. She's trying to do something. She's trying to do that. And I was like, rut-row. She was like being more. I was like, hey, yeah, I just didn't feel like pursuing it. Didn't feel like good. Didn't feel right. But yeah, that was a good band. That guy, oh, he said he played baseball in college. Joliet, Indiana, the Blues Brothers. I said, yeah. He was from Elwood. Well, Jake and Elwood, and he was from Elwood, or I don't know. But that girl's always nice, a singer, and that guy's, he's good, talented. Talents, they were good. They were good. They were rocking. They were good. Didn't really know that band, but the girls' band, Suburbans, I knew. No. Then, oh yeah, I told one of my roommates, this girl at Surf, I'm going to the restroom, and they got all these outside stuff, big outside area. She goes, "Is this a bisexual restroom?" I said, "The sign says men." I said, "You're bisexual. Does that mean you buy sex? You pay money for sex?" I didn't keep on going. I told my roommate, I was saying, like, well, was that a good reply? Come back. I didn't keep going, like, you want to give me money for sex? Like, you want to go in here and give me money to give me a blowjob? I didn't go that far with the conversation, but, I said, well, there's a family restroom right there. I don't know. I mean, I don't care if you go in here myself. Girls go in here, guys' restrooms all the time. And I personally don't really give a damn. But, I don't know why she's saying this is bisexual, so I had to give her a little bit back. And of course, well, I don't know. That's a nice place, big screen TV, soccer game on, people watching. Music was all white band. Yeah, they're good rap for rap. They're good. They're good. Danceable. Everybody's, they're good beat rap music. And the after party band was good, real good, playing rock and roll. And they did a little Led Zeppelin Black Dog. The wife got up there and started singing with her husband. They jammed on Black Dog. Hey, mama, I like the way you move. Gonna make you scream. Gonna make you scream. Been a long time since I rock and rolled. I'd done that song before. I can't remember if I got an ovation or not. It's my voice has to be warmed up and ready to go. I'm not just like professional singer or anything. But over the years, I'll get out there and do karaoke, and I can get after it a little bit sometimes. And sometimes I can get the crowd going. I'm not really, it's just something to do for fun for me. To me, it's not. It's on my resume. I think I put as a karaoke award winner along with a model and travel guide across North America and Europe and all kinds of bullshit I'll put on there. Bartender since kindergarten with my Kool-Aid stand, and lawn mowing business, and consultant and money manager, and everything. Using everything forever. So, well, 4th of July is this week, Saturday. Stock market, CNBC has a futures positive after Friday's drop. So hopefully we'll see what the stock market does. If it rebounds some, or some of the weekly and monthly charts are high and look like they're pointed downwards, but the momentum of semiconductors and DRAM memory stocks is so much that just keeps the market going higher. And some of the software stocks like Microsoft started going up a lot Friday. So Apple, they look like they hit a bottom last week and are rebounding back up from lows. They're at the bottom of their Bollinger Band. That's one trading strategy. Just sell at the top of the Bollinger Band when it goes down and buy at the bottom of the Bollinger Band. You can't keep Microsoft and NVIDIA down forever. Semiconductors, they've been doing good. The memory stocks are the ones on fire, Seagate and Western Digital, and some of these DRAM. They got DRAM ETF. Of course, they got the Magnificent Seven. Microsoft, Facebook, and NVIDIA, Google, Amazon, all grouped in one ETF. Those stocks have they haven't been doing that great in the last month or two, while the memory stocks are going sky high. So are the memory stocks going to go back up after this pause, or are they going to keep going down? Biotech, healthcare stocks are going up a lot this last week. Biotech, they're on fire right now. So seasonal trends, I looked up July. July is usually a good month. A lot of the stocks and sectors are up 100% of the time in July. Some of them. The Iranian oil issue, Strait of Hormuz, they're bombing each other again. So that peace treaties, all these peace treaties last about 2 or 3 days, and then something happens, and it's been going on for 2 or 3 months. The price of oil has gone down pretty good. Is this going to spike up oil again? Bring down the stock market, or stock market kind of like used to this thing in Hormuz, and just going to keep going higher than anybody believes, just because the U.S. stocks are the best bet in the world to put your money. AI is the best bet in the world. They do have earnings. They're not internet stocks with no earnings. They got real earnings and price earnings ratios that, and these, they say there's not, all these companies like Apple and stuff to buy semiconductors. There's a shortage. They can't get enough of them. They're going to have to increase their prices on their products. And there's such a demand for this memory semiconductor stuff that the demand is so great, they're just making tons of money. And is it going to slow down or change anytime soon? It doesn't look like it. It's not going to go on forever, but all this AI stuff, and humanoid robots and drones and everything, it's accelerating. So maybe this is just a pause in the semiconductor memory DRAM space, and it's going to start going back to new highs here pretty soon again. It's not a bad bet. See what happens. Time will tell. Oil come down a lot, but I don't know. This fucking Strait of Hormuz shit. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen there, do they? Who knows? It's just... I did some research and analysis on seasonal trends, monthly, June, July, sectors, and S&P, NASDAQ, bonds, gold, silver, copper. Dr. Copper's headed up. Basic material, basic indicator for the world economy, basic industry. So things aren't, stock markets changes per second on various news, but near term, the immediate stock prices, day trading can change on a dime. And it can change overnight. Yesterday's trend can end overnight. It's day trading. Some of these stocks that change so much during the days. I'm learning a few lessons here, but counting one, the stock owners own the company. Right now, I own Bank of America that owns Merrill Lynch, who's caused me hell forever. So hand me $1 trillion, Merrill Lynch, Smith Barney, Weber that I own, UBS, Morgan Stanley, Coldwell Banker, owned by Sears back then, whoever, Compass that owns bought out Berkshire Hathaway Real Estate, Reese Nichols, and owning the place only used against me but never for me. So my degrees and test scores and experience. Top hedge fund manager got $4 billion a year and they returned 15% on this hedge fund. Simple logical analysis dictates I have to get $4 billion an hour because I can make 15% an hour. I'll settle for $4 billion a day, 15% a day. Well, really, that's not how it works. I get licensed and everything. Okay, we got business license precedents of me trying to get a license starting when I was 16. And all the punk ass bullshit here in Kansas City. My dad with his Ivy League degrees, turning into a lunatic, idiot, lying gossip mimic. My real dad was probably murdered when I was 16. This idiot stole his identity. He was a self-proclaimed hitman, murderer, identity thief. He murdered one of my dad's friends' wives because the guy wasn't happy. And all kinds of shit I've listened to. All these people who look like him. Some people have people who look like him to do their dirty work or to set innocent people up and they get blamed. Or, as decoys because they got people who want to come after them, and so they have people who look like them be decoys. All those things are used historically, military, kings and queens, whatever, stuntmen, mafia. It's all there. It's all fucking on my resume. It's all on my fucking real time, my experience all the time in jail and shit. So hand me a trillion, punks. Turn yourselves in this shit. But that's the way it's always been. It'll never end. Everybody does whatever they can get away with as long as they can get away with it. And the real professional criminals know how to manipulate things, get away with things, and do things. And, it's just ridiculous. That's the way this fucking real reality is around here. So I do this shit.